Welcome back to Fight News Now. I'm John Pollock, and the UFC will occupy the Mandalay Bay Event Center for 2 consecutive nights this weekend with some big fights spread out. And into preview this weekend's action are our analysts John Ramdeen and Robin Black as the UFC hits 175 and the TUF 19 finale coming up.
It is going to be a ton of action in Las Vegas, Nevada. The middleweight championship of the world on the line. Chris Weidman, the All-American, just really phenomenal with his skill set, with his mental focus, and his obviously his hard work has paid off, toppling Anderson Silva 2 times. Lyoto Machida, kind of a little bit different of an animal because, you know, you look at Lyoto Machida's background, of course, it's karate, and what a lot of people get into karate for, self-defense. And of course, Lyoto Machida is better at playing that defensive game than almost anybody in the entire sport. When he came into the UFC, you know, people were booing him because he was playing that conservative style, the elusive style, as everybody called it. And then it's like, well, I don't understand. I'm winning fights. Why are people booing me? Oh, they want me to leave my opponents in a heap on the canvas. I'll do that too. But he knows how to use movement almost better than anybody. Will Chris Weidman be able to corner this guy up against the cage, force this fight down to the ground, or do you think Chris Weidman's like, look, I knocked out Anderson Silva, I'll be able to knock out Lyoto?
I don't know, man. This is a good one. This is a great one. I believe in Chris Weidman. I believe in this guy's skills. I believe he's the real thing without question. And when you're a great champion like he's proven to be, you gotta beat the champion. Only this time it's not that simple. This time you gotta beat Machida. There's something about Machida. You can't win just by fighting well. You gotta solve him. So you'll look back, how can Weidman solve him? Well, he lost to Rampage Jackson. That was a split decision. Kind of not. Did he even really lose that one? He also lost to Phil Davis. Did he even really lose that one? Both guys played a smart offensive game with him. You look, John Jones. John Jones cornered him on the cage and beat him up in the clinch. Maybe you can do that. But I think it is the Shogun fights where there's the real answer. One Shogun timed him, and the other one, the fight that they gave to Machida, Shogun beat the crap out of his legs, and I think that's an element. So you got Ray Longo, who's a fantastic coach. He's also a direct descendant of Dan Inachante who is a direct descendant of Bruce Lee in the Jeet Kune Do concept. So he understands traditional martial arts. Having said all that, it's just a killer fight. You have to watch it. There's a million ways to analyze it. You probably won't get this one right.
The co-main event, one of the best female fighters, if not the best female fighter on the planet, Ronda Rousey. Recently, she's had some comments saying, look, I am the best woman fighter on the planet. I will take out any girl in a gi, no gi, in any grappling sense of the word. Michelle Nicolini, Mackenzie Dern says, wait a second. Put on a gi and come and see us. We're some of the best in the world. How about you take on Gabby Garcia? And I don't know if people have seen Gabby Garcia. If we can show a picture of her, I would love to see a matchup between Ronda Rousey and Gabby Garcia at some Meta Morris event. But her opponent on Saturday night, the Canadian Alexis Davis, going to be the first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt that Ronda Rousey has faced inside of the octagon. Is it going to be easy for her to go after that arm? Or is it, you know what, we're going to change things up and go after something else?
Yeah, the tests have been very different for Ronda, and this is a different one again. But the big question for me, when she looks at the best jiu-jitsu women in the world and says, I can beat any one of these. One is she just trash-talking, because she does that very, very well. She's got a lot of confidence. She sells that confidence. Or is she delusional? Because she cannot beat these people. She is a well-rounded mixed martial artist with a judo base. She can beat any judo woman, although even that, you're training so much effort on striking, so much on movement, so much on the ground. Every skill, you're no longer a master of any one. You become sort of a semi-master of everything. She ain't beating nobody, no world-class jiu-jitsu champion at jiu-jitsu. You had some punches, she will knock those ladies unconscious. Of course. Alexis Davis has the black belt on the ground, but she also has fantastic striking. She's the most well-rounded that Ronda has faced. So how will that work? Can she keep it standing and hurt her? And if and when it goes to the mat, can she take a bit of dominant positions? If Ronda Rousey's a bit delusional right now, and that is possible, the greats can become that too, and Ronda Rousey, make no mistake, is a great, then Alexis Davis might surprise her.
What is surprising, you talk about surprising, Uriah Faber on the undercard, taking on Alex Caceres, and I, for one, am very impressed with the improvements that Alex Caceres has made. Bruce Leroy, since coming off the show, has really looked good. But this, to me, this matchup between him and Uriah Faber seems like a mismatch. I think that Caceres will be a star in the future, but I think Uriah Faber has his way with Caceres.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, everything in history of Uriah Faber has said that he should be able to do that. One, he's only lost to the greatest in the world, and Caceres is not that yet. Two, his wrestling is so elite, and that is the area that Caceres has been a work in progress. If Uriah just comes out there, I know he loves to strike. I know that's been the part of his game he's favored over the last couple of years. If he comes out there and just shoots a power double on this guy and starts playing that game, yeah, go for that mounted guillotine or work those elbows, make him feel the physicality, I think he can smash him up pretty good. I like the fact he's a main event on the undercard. It's a new look for him. It's a new opportunity for him. But for Caceres, this is the thought for him. One, some guys go, oh my God, it's the biggest fight ever. And some guys go, awesome, it's the biggest fight ever. It's my biggest opportunity. Can a guy like that rise and have the performance of a lifetime, understand the value of this opportunity and make the most of it? That's what we'll have to see.
I dig it. The following night, Frankie Edgar and BJ Penn lock horns for the third time. What do you anticipate from this? Are we going to see BJ Penn says he's reinvigorated, he's ready to perform, he loves to actually get in there and fight, he's not worried, he's going in there to put on a career-defining performance. Does he win this third fight?
Frankie Edgar's one of the best fighters in the world, and they already did 50 minutes, and Frankie won them. But BJ needs to fight this with his aggression, with his heart, with his desire, with that rabid mentality, and if he does that, he can win this fight.
John Pollock, BJ Penn has to hurt Frankie Edgar. If he can do that, he can take advantage of the smaller guy, and I, for one, think he might be able to do it.
Could be possible. Very hot down in Vegas, but it also will be freezing over when Pat Miletich and Dana White embrace.
That's awesome.
As he goes into the Hall of Fame. Thank you very much, guys. And while I will be down in Las Vegas covering the shows, Ramdean and Robin will be here giving you wall-to-wall coverage all week long, heading into UFC 175 and the TUF 19 finale. And then they will recap all of it next Monday night at 7 Eastern. We're taking a short break. On the other side, Priscilla Caripan presents The Shift and our weekly viral video.